Here's last Sunday's message in 2 minutes-ish. So we're continuing in our study in Romans, and we're into week 2. So we covered the last half of chapter 2 and pretty much all of chapter 3. And so Paul, in Romans 1, basically shows us that no one is worthy of salvation through their own merit. You can't work for it, can't obey the law enough. Chapter 2 kind of continues into that, with the whole you can't be moral enough. Also, you're obeying your conscience isn't good enough because we all break our conscience. It even goes into that you're not going to get salvation through your heritage, and there's nothing outward you can do. Baptism doesn't save you. You can't get saved because you're born in the right country, born into the right family, born of the right socioeconomic status, that you attended church your whole life. You actually have to have something else to bring you righteousness. Those things will not bring you righteousness. We'll go back to our original statement. No one can obtain righteousness apart from God. And so chapter 2 and then the very first part of chapter 3 leaves us in this very much state of there is nothing you can do to obtain righteousness on your own. There's absolutely nothing that you can do. We've covered all the possible ways, and they all fail. They all fall short. And so now we're going to be subject to the wrath of God because it's poured out against unrighteousness. And then chapter 3 comes in with hope. And it's a great transition in the Bible because it says, but God reveals his righteousness apart from the law. And so now what Paul is saying is, hey, God provides a path to righteousness that actually has nothing to do with us. We can't earn it. We don't deserve it. There's nothing we can do to make us righteous, but God, by his grace, imputes, gives, accredits us as righteous before him when we put our faith in Jesus. Now, he doesn't say if we just have faith, if we just believe that he exists. He says if we put our faith in Jesus. And so he's actually saying what we have to do is truly believe that Jesus was or is God, came to the earth, lived as a man, died on a cross, took our sin upon him, was dead, buried, and then rose again. And we can receive his life into us and we can call him Lord. And so when we do that, we are given the righteousness of God. God is not covering up our sin. God is not forgiving us for everything we did in the past and then not, giving us a way to ask for forgiveness for our future sin. No, it says that our righteousness is now measured by our faith in Jesus, not by the works that we do. And this is a tough concept for a lot of Christians to get. And, but the idea is if you're measuring how righteous you are based on your works and how you feel, or whether you did, had a good day or a bad day, whether you did the things of God or not, you're using the wrong tool. The tool is, do you believe that Jesus Christ's blood covered or paid the price and the debt that your sin brought? Because that is how we measure our righteousness. Do you believe his blood was sufficient? If you do, then you are righteous. And that is the point that Paul is making, is that, look, all the ways that we could try to work and earn our salvation aren't enough to bring us righteousness. The hope, the great news, the good news that makes this the gospel is that God provided a way that is apart from ourselves. It's based on his work, not ours. We can be righteous and have the righteousness of God. And then he does continue on with a little bit saying, hey, listen, this doesn't make the law of no effect. It still teaches us right from wrong. It shows us some things. We'll cover that in the following weeks. But the point is, our righteousness is not based on what we do. Our righteousness is based on what Jesus did. All right, that's it. Bye.